Hi guys, welcome back to the Totally Magic channel, and we have a bit of a humdinger of a trick for you today. You see, it is a prediction effect, but this one defies explanation, as you'll see. To start with, we have a prediction in my wallet. It is a solid wallet, and if you can examine that, have a look at it, around it, over it, under it, make sure there's no trapdoors, secret passageways. It is what it is, and there's a single playing card. That is my prediction. We're going to leave that in full view before we start. We also have a deck of cards, 52 cards, which we don't want the jokers, so can you just go through and remove the jokers? So the spectator will go through and find the two jokers. We don't need those. Let's get rid of those. Now you've left 52 cards, and I want you to shuffle them. Now you can either shuffle them like this, which is a Hindu shuffle. You may prefer to cut the cards. You may have another method of shuffling, but I just want you to totally randomize those cards. Take those cards. So you've gone for the traditional overhand shuffle. Make sure you shuffle these up thoroughly. You're happy with that? Is that all fair? I would have stuck with this one, the normal Hindu shuffle. What I'm going to get you to do is to pick a card, not face up like this, because if I do it face up, you can see the cards. No, we want to do it invisibly, and I want you to concentrate on each card. Remember, the cards are shuffled in your order. As I deal the cards down slowly and deliberately, I want you to think and concentrate deeply at each card. And when you feel that kind of feeling that you get, I want you to just say stop. So as I deal the cards down, when you get that feeling, just stop. Stop. You want me to stop here, or did you want this one? Your choice. Is that the one you wanted to stop on? No, the next one. Are you sure? Okay, we're going to put that to one side, an absolute free choice. Remember, you had a choice of many different cards, all of which were shuffled and handled by you. I made a prediction before we even started. It's here, it's a single card. It was this one, the 9 of diamonds. Out of the 52 cards, you stopped at this one here, which just happens to be the identical card. Here is a tutorial for this very clever and simple card trick. Now, I would imagine most of you watching this have already got a deck of these. They're often referred to as the stripper deck, or the wizard deck, or the tapered deck. Now, for those of you new to magic that don't know what we're talking about, what we mean by that is that the deck has all of its cards trimmed slightly at one end, so that they kind of bow inwards. Now, what that means is that when you take a card and you turn it end for end, you can strip it out, hence the name, the stripper deck. Now, what I've done is I've got the stripper deck, I've removed about 10-15 cards and put them in the box, and I've added about 10 or 15 of these, my force card, from regular decks. Now, you can buy a forcing deck of all alike, or grab them from several decks, but there they are there. Now, because these are not tapered, it makes it easy for me to shuffle these, and then just by doing the strip, I can pull them out onto the top. Okay, so we get all of the 9s on top. Now, this is what makes this particular trick really powerful, because the spectator handles the deck and they shuffle them, and I think that's the one that clinches this for people to say it's a pretty good trick. They shuffle the cards. Once they've shuffled the cards, you've just got to do a couple of strip outs from the pack. It's as simple as that. So once you've stripped those out, I've now got them on top. One nice subtle thing that we do here is that in the pack, I put all of the 9s on the back like this, the regular 9s. I then put the jokers in near the top. Now if you're confident, you don't have to do this, but if you're confident, you can actually give the pack to them and say, just look for the jokers and pull them out. Now they will go through the pack. Now this gives them the confidence that the pack is regular because they're handling them. They also get to see all of the cards. There's the first joker, there's the second. Now of course the reason I put the jokers near the face is because I don't want them to go all the way to the back and see my group of 9s, my false cards. So that is just to convince you, you don't have to do that. You then tell them you want them to shuffle them. Now what I tend to do is to demonstrate doing a Hindu shuffle because I'm setting it up for later. Okay, so I say, I like to sometimes do a Hindu shuffle. Some people do a cut. What type of shuffle do you want to do? Give them back to them and they can shuffle them. So they shuffle them how they like. When you take them back, as you're saying to them, you can say, grab my wallet and keep a hold of it or something like that. All I've done is just a straightforward strip. I've literally stripped those out that quick. There they are on top, all of my 9s. Okay, so I've just stripped those out. I then turn over the pack and I deal a few cards down to say I don't want to deal them face up. I drop the pack on top. I now flip them over, so I'm going to deal them face down. Now notice that I'm doing this slowly and deliberately, and there's a reason for that, because remember we've only got about 10 or 15 false cards. So I deal these. Now these are the ones that I just dealt from the bottom, so I know the first 4 cards are just regular cards. So I talk while I'm dealing those down, and I time it that I say, and you're going to just stop me after you've looked at it deliberately and slowly, and there it is. Now trust me, they won't get you to go all the way through, they get bored. So as you've got to about here, remember you've got about 10 or 15 cards here to go through, and when they call stop, you put that to one side. The nice thing is you can turn this packet over to reveal the indifferent cards, and then turn these over on top. At the end of the day, they've already handled the cards. They shuffled them. They actually saw the cards as they removed the jokers. That appears clean. They can take the prediction out themselves. They then turn this card over to reveal a perfect match. So I hope you enjoyed that, and that it's given you a chance to dig out that wizard tapered deck that you've probably had sitting in your bottom drawer for many years that you've forgotten all about. I know that it's a trick deck that I don't use that often compared to other decks like the Invisible and the Svengali, which I use all the time. This I probably use once every 5 years. So it's given me a chance and an opportunity to dig out the wizard deck and use it for this effect, which I think is quite a nice little opening effect.